Good afternoon, sir. My name is Adekunle Baliki Sadinike. I'm with Alabibola Fair Michael concerning our GST practical. Could you please introduce yourself, sir?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Baliki. My name is Abide Abiola. I'm the superpower data science on the GSC Union.
Okay, sir. Can we briefly ask you some questions, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Can you briefly introduce the skill you teach and its real-world application, sir?
The skill I teach, as I mentioned, is data science and machine learning using Python. So the data science is the application of you get data, what's it called, structured and unstructured data. You now use a scientific method to analyze the data to get an insight from the data. So that's basically what data science is all about. And the real world application is very vast. It's in health, finance, social media, and so on.
Okay, sir. So why do you believe this skill is important for undergraduate students, sir?
The importance of this skill can never be overemphasized because now they call it big data. We are now in the era of big data. Once you do anything in life now, you are creating a whole chunk of data. When you go to Instagram, you are creating data. So we need people to solve this data. And as countries are developing, the more development, the more the need for data scientists to analyze and process the data.
A good example is even AI.
So as some people are taking AI, it's creating algorithm, and some people need to analyze this data.
Okay. So what are the basic requirements you think learner needs to start this skill?
The basic requirements, the number one basic requirement is the willingness, because people believe that I'm not a scientist, it's a willingness to go into data analysis or anything tech. So after the willingness, you improve your basic math skill. And the third one is the critical thinking. You must be ready to think critically, and all of us can do it. But when you are lazy intellectually, it's not about carrying, but you should have that critical thinking and be ready to multitask. So as time goes on, you get it.
So how long does it take for a learner to become proficient in this skill?
For a learner, it takes let's say, you can dedicate 10 hours a week, which is not too much, and in 8 months, in 8 weeks, sorry, you should get it to a junior level.
What about senior level?
Being a proficient is a lifelong. I always tell people. So you just need to start. When you know the rudiments, you start something, you put yourself out there. So being a mastery is a lifelong journey. You can never be a master.
Wow, that is a very tasking course. So what are the fundamental basic ABC steps in mastering the course?
Basic.
Mastering the skills, the ABC.
So let me say, the first we have let's say the first one is to acquire the data. You acquire and understand the data. So if you get the data, okay, you are told to get the data from Facebook. So you know that, okay, I want to get the data from Facebook. So how are you getting data? Is it the Excel from the Facebook you want to get there, or you want to be scrapping it? And people are using the Facebook. So when you now acquire it, you understand the data you are dealing with. Because if you don't understand the data, you are causing a big problem for yourself. Because some data are time series data, and you are treating it like normal, maybe money data. When you write money, 2,000 comma, so you have to understand what data am I dealing with, and that's why as a data scientist, is an interdisciplinary course that you should read about the knowledge domain you want to go into. And the second one is the B part is when you now build data, you build and analyze data. So when you create a model for the data you have gotten by using statistical tools just basic certificates too. So when you now get that one, the third one is you now the C part, you compute and maybe tell a story about the data.
So what materials or tools do you think a beginner needs to start this course?
The main material you need as a beginner is let's say a laptop. Maybe all this just normal laptop, 4 gig RAM, 500 gig. So when you have that, you need a Python programming language, and all these things they can be learned free of charge, even if you go to Google. And the third thing is the data source. We have Kaggle, we have all these data source. So once
They are all free.
they are free. So that's a good thing about, because we realize in tech that when you make things open source, it makes people want to learn more. You don't need to pay for anything, so you get more knowledge in a very short time. So those are the three basic things, and the willingness. When you have the willingness,
so the materials are not expensive for students.
yeah, even most of it are even free. Once you have the roadmap, you know what you are doing. They are free.
That's impressive, sir. Can this skill be fully learned online or physical?
The best thing is a tech program, so it can be learned online, because you don't need physical. Except maybe you know somebody to be chastising you, you don't want to be disciplined, but you can learn it online. But the physical part, we can say physical is easy, because it's a tech based and it's hands-on. So the physical part is you practicing what you are learning.
So which one would you recommend, physical or online?
I would recommend both. When you learn online will give you flexibility. As you are a student now, you don't say when I finish, physical will disturb you. For instance, you have to go and learn at maybe general.
Like a fixed time, a fixed class.
So once you learn, you now do the physical with you trying to solve problem. No matter how simple the problem is, just try and solve it. Start from the beginning and end it. No matter how simple it is.
Okay, so what common mistakes do you think learners make during the course?
I think I can kind of like 4 mistakes that are very common.
Mistakes and challenges.
I can kind of like the first one is people believe that they call it tutorial error. It's common. They just try and learn. You learn, and they will not start anything. They say, I want to do this. So they will learn without doing nothing.
Putting it to practice.
So before you know it, just like I'm learning, when did I start? So once you learn, like I said earlier, once you learn a little, start with the one, no matter how simple it is, just start. And the second one I can say is there are myths. People believe that people will say you need to know this, so they will now count like 5 programming for you. So by the time you finish learning it, it will be cumbersome for you. Another challenge is you learning a vast number of as you said, there are many ways to kill a rat. So you can have many ways of doing things. So people want to learn everything. So it's just for you to learn. There's something they call imposter syndrome. You know everything. You know what am I doing in this field, because you are overwhelmed with the vast field. So it's better to just take 1 or 2 and know it very well and start doing something. And the third one is let's say the skill gap or the concept gap. When you don't know especially in data science, the concept is statistics. So you know the concept of statistics. So there's something you can build along the way, and you learn it and you get the concept. So you know why I'm using this tool for this particular thing, why I'm not using this. And if you don't get it, you can go to Google and like, okay, what tool should I use for Stack Overflow? You can use your AI to.
So how do learners overcome these challenges?
The best way to overcome this is the practical based learning. When you want to learn, you make sure once you know something, you practicalize it. So once you learn something, you practicalize it. You learn, you practicalize. In fact, you practicalize something that you've not learned. So you when you solve this solution, when you get into a problem while solving a solution, it always sticks with you. So I think those are the way we teach our students. There is assessment almost every week. So you practical, and the class 2 is practical. As if we are coding, you code, what's the answer? At times you write a code, okay, what's the answer? So they will try.
So that means you are putting in that.
Yes. So at times you will even go back, because personally I believe that it's better for you to take long time than to be in haste and don't know anything. So like on Monday we do class, on Wednesday we have another class, and Saturday we do emission and question. So we believe in practical base, and it will help solving all these challenges.
So from your experience, how would you differentiate between a learner and someone that's like very advanced in the skill? A beginner from someone that's like very advanced in the skill?
A beginner, the main difference that I would just say, a beginner will not get some concepts. Okay, as a beginner, you always come something. Okay, if you want to do this, this is what you do. So you not get some concept. Okay, let me give you an example. I don't know if I'll be opportunity time. So in data science, when you are given a data set, when you have duplicates, maybe I saw Bilkis Boluwatife, as in repeating itself, I'll just delete it, because it will affect the sample. You don't need your name to be duplicated like 100 times, so I'll just delete it. So I will leave one.
So do you think a beginner will not?
A beginner, we just know that you have to delete. But in some data set, you are not supposed to delete. Like in else data set now, you are 40 years old and 40 years old, and we are having the same health data. So it doesn't mean it's duplicate.
So you don't have to like.
But you just know that it's duplicate.
So as a level, you like duplicate.
So it's just the concept, visualization of what you are doing. They don't get the concept. So when you try to get it sorted, you are being a professional.
So at what stage can the students start earning with this skill?
I can say at the stage where you asked me a question, ABC. So the B stage, when you get to the B stage, that you can build the data. The A part is you acquire data and expand the data. So when you build the data, I just post it down. It's enough.
So that means from you know what you're doing from this stage.
Yes. So you build on it, and so from there you can do volunteer work, or some people maybe some volunteer work they won't pay. When they see that if they gave it to somebody that is maybe an expert, they will give him like maybe 1,000, and you are ready to do it for free. They can just give you stipend that okay, maybe $100 for your time, so you can start earning. Because at times when you believe that you don't know anything, you see people that don't know half of what you know, and they are getting money. So at
the best thing is like putting into practice.
So putting into and showcase yourself that this is what I'm doing.
I used to mention some students that are successfully using this skill to like earn money.
Not directly, because we are just starting this program this year.
Probably from previous students.
And that's why we are starting the data science this year, because we saw that the NUC, they are trying to shift towards tech data, as in tech skills. Even all these skills that we are doing, we are trying to get the tech out of it, the data literacy out of it. So that's why. So I cannot. Though we still have some indirect, but don't let me mention what we have done. So this is the first word, and I believe maybe by next year, if you ask the question, we'll have seen.
How much can a dedicated student realistically earn from the first 3 months? Like you are dedicated, how much do you think they can earn from the first 3 months?
Let's say between 10 and 100K.
Is it in dollars or?
No, naira. So more than that, depending on how you can sell yourself. So, like I said, by the first 3 months that you showcase yourself and can even earn more than that. But let's just say it will be zero, depending on if you want to follow this tutorial early. You want to know everything before you start doing something. So the best thing is start doing something from day one.
Yes, sir. So what are the startup costs involved in monetizing this skill?
The startup cost is as low as having a laptop.
Just a laptop.
A laptop. In fact, when you are expert level, you can do something with your phone. But as a beginner, just have a small laptop and you are good to go. All the other resources are free.
How profitable is this skill in the Nigerian environment or global market?
In global market, it's very profitable, and in Nigeria, we can say it's more profitable because Nigeria is now getting there in terms of you see when you go to any lecture, you see AI, all this university lecture, you see. So AI cannot exist without data science. So you need some people to analyze, because what AI is basically analysis of data. You are analyzing algorithm from the data, and so that's what AI is doing. They are training a machine based on the data that is seen. So as a data scientist, those are their job and so on. So in Nigeria, it's very profitable now, because let me give you the census. You cannot expect the government to do the census the olden way. You can't see. So we need, even the voting, data scientists can come in. So we have many things. We have the identification system, we have the bank, our banks are now improving. We want to be dealing directly with, maybe we bypass the dollar and so on. So there's a whole lot of things that where they can key in. So it's very lucrative.
Okay, what are the sectors or industry where these skills are high in demand?
The first that I would say is let me say the fintech. The fintech industry, like this money point and so on.
Okay.
So you see that when you are browsing, you see they just say, you just pop up your money point loan app and all this loan app.
So you're advertisement.
Because they are using algorithm. So fintech, fraud detection. When you want to send money, they'll say, are you sure this is not fraud? OPay does it.
Yes.
So these are data science, because it's using algorithm. You want to send 50,000 to an unknown person first time. So
OPay will ask you to
verify. So those are the. So the second one is health, and I think the health sector of Nigeria is now waking up now. So how can you get the data of medical record of people?
They're no longer using paper.
Yeah, so paper and file. So you can get to any hospital, you just tell them your name, you put your name, they have medical record and so on. So government to the need is maybe census, election and so on. So you can get anywhere, they can identify you and so on. So those are the key, and maybe social media too. Social media, that's what they use. All these even like Netflix. When you sit down on Netflix, you watch a film. The next film, you do you know what I want? Because
you watch this movie,
because you want, so they know that somebody from Nigeria that watch this movie, he loves another movie, like, so they just recommend to like, because you are almost algorithm, so they are using there. So you can see all these key sectors I've mentioned. You can see that they are the key to them. So even in oil sector, you can use manufacturing. So it's data that will tell you that this is what is selling, this is what is selling, and so on. So the lists are endless. So it's not something that in the next future, and it's not. It's still more
evolving.
So because data is getting bigger.
How can students market themselves effectively after learning this skill?
Like we mentioned earlier, even the best thing is doing your learning. You should start marketing yourself. That's good. That's one good thing about tech and skill. So the first thing is once you get to a point, they said once you get to a stage B, you start you build a portfolio. And it can be the easiest one is on GitHub. We have a platform we call GitHub. They call it show, don't tell. I mean, you show what you can do. You don't need to be saying I can do it. Show it. So once you have the portfolio, so anybody that you have the link, you can add it to your bio. So anybody that goes to your bio, and the second thing is you have like accounts, LinkedIn accounts, all these Intel, and so when you have it, you add the JIT portfolio. You add. So anybody that comes, this is what I do, you can click on it and see what you can do. Not that saying I can do this, so they'll see what you have done. No matter how simple the project is, you make sure that you start from the beginning and you finish it. So those are the ways you can show yourself, and also you try to comment on social platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter. You engage people, you link up with people. Maybe somebody that is very renowned in data science, you comment, you make reasonable comments, you check their post. So once you make them, they can add you to their network. So you are getting, once your network is getting larger, your opportunity, your chance of getting picked is
Right. So, what mistakes do students make when they're trying to monetize their skill, monetize the account?
I think the first mistake is choosing tools over fundamentals. You know, I said something like that. When you don't know the basics of what, you just believe that okay, I'll go and buy this tool. Some people, they are most of the tools we use, they are free. So some people, they say they'll go and they want to pay for a particular tool. But when you don't know the basics, I gave your colleague an example that you don't know the basics of what you are doing. So at the end of the day, you just get the tool. But they say a tool is as good as the person using it. So if you don't know, so that's one major mistake people make. Number two is overpricing yourself or underpricing yourself. Like you are just starting, you're a junior level, you are now saying that you want like $3,000 a month. You know, that's too much. But when you still say, okay, I can do it $200 a month, you are underpricing yourself. So people that they will not take it to this one that is saying they will not take it to it's just like selling. When the price is too cheap, the buyer will contemplate, think twice that. When it's too expensive, somebody that unless people that want to buy concession goods, but this in service, nobody is buying concession, so you need to look at what people are charging for this thing, and you know your level. Okay, this service, you can go to Google and ask how much it is. So you need to maintain an average pricing. So those are the mistakes.
What advice do you give to students who wants to scale from small to big project?
I think you have something related to that. The advice I would give is once you start, you understood the concept. So now you move from a data person, a data scientist, to somebody that understands a customer person. I don't know if you get it. Okay, you know how to deal with that, you know how to clean the data, you know how to deal with that. But what do customers, what do they really want? So when you move from there, you can keep your customer because you want to satisfy your customer. There is something we really say in business. Your preference should not matter in when you are rendering service. For instance, you paint house, you like your house to be green, and your customer says he wants white. You are not trying to confuse. No, white. No, you don't fight because you have to look at what do they really want.
Customer is always right.
It's always right. So that's another way. So once you get that, so you move from being somebody that will just work on data to somebody that will work on customer. So when you work on consultant, you work on their company, so you can use your insights to change their the narrative of their company, and they will keep you for life.
What final advice would you give undergraduates that are learning and how to monetize the skill?
The advice I would give them is they should make use of the advantage they have now, which is time. And it's a very great advantage. So they should start now. Don't wait till you are through with your school. Start now, because when you think about something too much, by the time you now want to start, it's that people are people are now many. Still, so you start now, and you start with whatever you know. Like I said earlier, once you know, for instance, you know Python, you start. You don't need to solve the problem of this one. Just look for a small problem. Start from the beginning, solve it to the end. Anything about that problem, that small problem, and put it on your portfolio. Okay, this is the problem I solved. It will give you insight in solving other problems. So once they do that, you see that in fact money will be secondary to you, because you will be passionate in solving problems and money will not follow. So all these Boko Haram, this thing, you can use data you can go to the net and check the data. You can use data that, okay, I can locate their movement, their pattern of movement, and send it to Nigeria. I mean, if it's working, they can just, this thing is there for, and that's how people are. There's one thing, that one boy, Aziz Said, I think that's Said, that is trending now. He built an AI, Yan GPT. So there's ChatGPT, but he just felt we need a local AI. So the AI can speak outside, Yoruba, so, and the guy is, so it's not that you are creating a new problem. Just the little you can solve it, and you build on it. So from there, I think the sky is their limit.
Should students do immediately after completing your trainings to start earning?
I think I'll still support him. Give the generic question that immediately after completing. In tech, you don't need to complete. Once you know the ultimate, they start. So let's say, okay, when they now finish, the first thing you should do as a student is, even while learning it, you make sure that cheat is updated. Your portfolio. That was I meant by. So anything you want to do, I'm just talking about of the common one. So you update your portfolio. That, okay, these are what I'm doing. The second thing is you try and update your profile on all these job websites like LinkedIn, so you can put aspiring data scientists and all the tools you know. So the third thing is you are making yourself visible by so doing. So the third thing is you make sure that you apply for internship. And what they do in internship is, some people, they will have job, they will give it to you. So always make sure number one, it makes you known, as in by people who see of the new one. And secondly, it imposes you, because you will see real life problem. So when you solve it, it will help you. And I think that's just about it. So once you do that, and you know learning, and it's not for you to jump on new trend. This at least you will improve on whatever you know. And the last thing I would say is, once you are in that, don't change your course. And then once for instance, you are learning with Python and you are doing it, do not say there's one new programming language, don't jump. Because there are still 1,000,001 company using that Python you are using. Just try and be a master of what you are doing, because if you are jumping from one place, you don't see